This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, Obiena clinches third straight Asian Championship gold. Pinoy Pugs dominate overseas. AJ Paciones scores thunderous TKO in Thailand. Eyes world title shot next. While Rolando Dy impresses in U.S. bareknuckle debut, stops Duran Jr. in legacy showdown. While Carl James Martin shines in U.S. ring debut. Piastri proudly seals Spanish Grand Prix win, while Verstappen penalized for ramming Russell. Alas Pilipinas finalizes roster with rookies Nitura and Loresco for ABC Women's Nations Cup. Magnus Carlsen slams table after shock loss to Gukesh. Padres grind out series win to kick off monster stretch. Wilson drops 19 as Aces hold off Storm for 75-70 win. In the NBA, the Pacers clinch NBA final spot by capitalizing on the Knicks turnovers. Team Liquid Philippines edges out Onyx to reclaim MPL Philippines title. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 2nd of June. Now, here's our roundup. Obiena delivered once again, grabbing his third consecutive gold medal in the Asian Athletics Championships held in South Korea. The Filipino pole vault sensation, currently ranked number 4 in the world, stood out in a field of 15. It all boiled down to a duel between Obiena and China's Wang Bokai. Both athletes easily cleared 5.72 meters, but neither could conquer 5.82 meters in 3 attempts. The gold medal was decided in a jump-off at 5.77 meters. Obiena, who still holds the Asian record of 6.00 meters, cleared the height, while Wang failed to do so, securing the win for the Philippines. Thailand's Patsapong Amsamring came in third with a personal best of 5.67 meters. This marks Obiena's third title in the continental meet, adding to his 2019 and 2023 victories. Filipino rising star AJ Paciones made quick work of Thailand's Sanchai Yotbek, scoring a second-round TKO in Bangkok to claim the vacant WBO Oriental Flyweight belt. The 20-year-old Cebuano dropped Yotbek 3 times in round 1 with precise body shots, then sealed the deal in round 2 with a final shot that kept Yotbek down for 10. With his father Dodong in his corner, Paciones followed a sharp game plan and delivered. The win boosts his rankings with the IBF and WBA and brings him one step closer to a world title shot. A showdown with WBA champ Eric Rosa remains possible, but other names like Kenshiro Teraji and Masamichi Yabuki could also be on the radar. Still undefeated and with 11 wins, 6 by way of knockout, Paciones is quickly becoming one of the most exciting names in Asian boxing. Meanwhile, Rolando Dy made a strong first impression in his U.S. bare-knuckle debut, stopping Duran Jr. in a much-talked-about Sons of Legends matchup at BYB Extreme in Jacksonville, Florida. The son of Filipino boxing legend Rolando Dy took charge early and closed the show in the third round with 2 clean knockdowns against the son of boxing great Roberto Duran, showing poise and power. Dy picked his shots well and landed a sharp counter right hand that sent Duran Jr. to the canvas midway through round 3. Duran Jr., a local favorite from Florida, got back on his feet but was met with another fierce combination from Dy that dropped him again. Wobbly but determined, Duran Jr. stood up once more, but Dy gestured for the ref to step in, and just seconds later, Duran's corner threw in the towel to end the fight. The win lifts Dy's bare-knuckle record to 4-1 as he continues to build momentum in the tough no-gloves arena of bare-knuckle combat. Another boxing gem, Carl James Martin, made a strong first impression in his U.S. debut, outboxing Francisco Pompilio to earn a unanimous decision win at the Michelob Ultra Arena in Las Vegas. The 26-year-old super bantamweight kept his cool from start to finish using sharp jabs and smart footwork to keep Portillo off balance. Martin scored a big moment in round 6, landing a solid left that dropped the Mexican fighter, who managed to beat the count and went the distance. Now, after 8 rounds, the judges all sided with Martin, who now boasts an undefeated record of 26-0 with 20 knockouts. In volleyball, UAP rookies Shaina Nitura and Loresco have secured spots in the 16-woman Alas Pilipinas roster for the EDC Women's Nations Cup happening on June 7 to 14 in Vietnam. Coach Jorge De Brito announced the lineup, which includes UAP stars Bella Belen and Angel Canino, with Nitura making her national team debut after a standout season as Adamson's Rookie of the Year. FEU rookie Loresco joins veterans Thea Gagate, Fifi Sharma, and Del Palomata for the team's first tourney this year. Late addition, Leila Cruz also debuts alongside wing spikers Ea Laure, Vanny Gandler, and Alyssa Solomon. Team captain Gia de Guzman leads the setters with Julia Coronel and two-time UAP best setter Lams Lamina. Liberos Don Macanvili Katindig and Jen Nerva, who won 3 bronzes last year, complete the roster. The Filipinas will take on Indonesia on June 8, Iran on June 9, New Zealand on June 11, and Kazakhstan on June 12. Belen is expected to miss the PVL rookie draft on June 8 due to the Nations Cup, where she is reported to be the favorite for the #1 pick by Capital One Solar Spikers. Oscar Piastri delivered a commanding performance in Barcelona to claim his 5th win of the season, leading McLaren to a sensational 1-2 finish ahead of teammate Lando Norris. The Australian got off to a flying start from pole position, and despite temporarily losing the lead to Max Verstappen during the pit cycle, Piastri took control once again when the Dutchman opted for an early second stop in a 3-stop strategy. A late safety car triggered by Kimi Antonelli's retirement brought tension to the final stages, but Piastri held his nerve to stay out front and bring home the win with a 2.471-second gap to Norris. With momentum on his side and confidence sky high, Piastri heads to Canada ready to chase win number 6 in what's shaping up to be a stellar season. Max Verstappen caused controversy after stewards ruled he rammed George Russell in the final laps of the Spanish Grand Prix. After a safety car restart, Verstappen lost third to Leclerc and went off track trying to defend against Russell. Told to give way, Verstappen slowed but then collided with Russell's Mercedes. He received a 10-second penalty and finished 10th. Verstappen claimed he was unhappy with Leclerc's pass and said Russell pushed him off track. Former champ Nico Rosberg called it a deliberate retaliation, deserving disqualification. Verstappen did not deny the move was intentional, saying he prefers to talk about the race as a whole. He also doubted his team's chances for the title this season. Domaraju in Norway. Gukesh scored his first classical win over Carlsen, toppling the longtime world #1 in dramatic fashion, leading Carlsen to punch the table before leaving. The 19-year-old Indian held firm under pressure, capitalizing on a rare Carlsen error to steal the point and shake up the standings. Carlsen dominated their first meeting, but a crucial mistake allowed Gukesh to turn the game. The 5-time champion resigned, then slammed his fist on the table, an unusual reaction before leaving without media duties. The win evened their tournament score, answering Carlsen's earlier criticism of Gukesh, who struggled for consistency since becoming the youngest undisputed world champion in December. Carlsen held the top FIDE ranked for nearly 15 years but skipped defending his title in 2023 citing low motivation. The win pushes Gukesh to 8.5 points, one behind joint leaders Carlsen and Fabiano Caruana, continuing Indian success in Stavanger. In Major League Baseball, the Padres just opened a brutal 26 games in 27-day stretch. And they took it off right. A 6-4 comeback win over the Pirates at Petco Park was exactly what San Diego needed to start June on the right foot. Now, this month includes 14 games against division foes, plus a tough Brewer series, so every win counts. Jackson Merrill ripped 2 doubles. Manny Machado launched a first-inning homer that took out a light panel, then brought home the go-ahead run with a deep sacrifice fly in the 7th. The bullpen came up huge, tossing 5 2/3 scoreless innings after Randy Vasquez struggled early. Tough news though, Gavin Sheets left the game in the 4th after slamming into the left field wall chasing a homer. That turned out to be the last run Pittsburgh would score. Now the Padres battled, bounced back, and bagged a much-needed series win to start their toughest stretch yet. In the WNBA, A'ja Wilson led with 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 steals, helping Las Vegas hold off a late push from Seattle. Jewel Lloyd sealed the win with 2 free throws in the final seconds, adding 10 points and 7 rebounds against her former team. Jackie Young contributed 12 points for Vegas 4-2, who almost blew a 17-point lead. Seattle rookie Dominique Malonga scored the team's first 8 fourth-quarter points with Gabby Williams' layup, cutting the gap to 3 late. Malonga's turnaround over Wilson missed, and Lloyd's free throws closed it out. Rookies Aaliyah Nee and Chelsea Gray each scored 10 points for the Aces. Seattle, 3-4, who beat Vegas last week, have now lost 3 straight. Skylar Digger-Smith added 11 points but struggled with turnovers, committing 6 during the game. Inyeka Ogumike finished with 9 points and 8 rebounds, while the Storm struggled to close the gap despite a late surge. Moving on to the NBA, Indiana secured their place in the NBA Finals with a 125-108 win in Game 6, taking the series 4-2. The Pacers boosted their defense, forcing 17 Knicks turnovers and turning them into 34 points. Pascal Siakam led the charge with 31 points, earning Eastern Conference Finals MVP honors, while Tyrese Halliburton added 21 points and 13 assists. A dominant third-quarter run pushed Indiana's lead to 15 heading into the final period. The Knicks' star struggled with turnovers under pressure, including Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. Indiana's depth and defensive intensity proved key, setting up a finals rematch or a finals matchup against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And here's your daily dose of sports lingo. Did you know which swimming stroke is often called the most challenging of them all? It's the fly, short for butterfly stroke. The butterfly is known for its demanding technique, strength, and rhythm. It's the only stroke that requires both arms to move simultaneously in a windmill motion while the legs perform a dolphin kick. Both legs kicking together like a mermaid's tail. Mastering the fly takes power, timing, and serious endurance. Swimmers often say, you don't swim the fly, you survive it. So next time you see a swimmer gliding across the pool in butterfly, you're watching pure strength and grace in motion. It's time for our off-court buzzer. PSG claimed their first ever UEFA Champions League title, a truly historic win for the club. But 491 people were detained in Paris after PSG's 5-0 victory over Inter Milan in Munich. Across the City of Lights, the night erupted in cheers, car horns, fireworks, and even singing. Clashes broke out on Champs-Élysées, leading to 491 arrests in the capital and 559 across France. A scooter rider died in Paris after being hit by a car, and a 17-year-old was fatally stabbed in Dax during the celebrations. The stabbing suspect is still on the run. PSG planned a victory parade, but police used water cannons to control crowds near the Arc de Triomphe. Most fans celebrated peacefully, but scuffles happened near Champs-Élysées and PSG Stadium. The majority of arrests were for illegal fireworks and disorderly conduct. And that's our roundup for tonight, the 2nd of June. Up next, the history-making grand finals of MPL Season 15. When we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. We'll take you back to the action that happened in last night's MPL Philippines Season 15 Grand Finals, an era-defining moment that gathered the country's best in an epic battle witnessed by over 1 million fans. We've got you ringside seats, so check this out. The battle for immortality has finally arrived as we are here inside a jam-packed and electric Green Sun Residences in Chino Rosas, Makati for the MPL Season 15 Grand Finals between Team Liquid Philippines and Team Onyx.
Well, we witnessed history ringside. This was not just a grand finals, it was an era-defining moment in MPL Philippines history. After climbing from the lower bracket, after defying all the odds, and after a back and forth, sweat-dripping, heart-pounding best of 7, Team Liquid Philippines claims the Season 15 crown. The event saw a record-breaking viewership with 1.8 million peak concurrent viewers, the most watched MPL Philippines season ever. The fans showed up, the hype was real, and this league, our league, proved once again why it's the biggest in the country. The best of 7 battle shook Green Sun Hotel to its core, and when the pressure was at its highest, Sanji, the mid-lane mastermind, pulled out Lu Yi and went supernova. He didn't just play, he ascended. That clutch performance earned him the Grand Finals MVP and the Infinix Greatest Teammate Award.
We are here right now with the Finals MVP and the Infinix My Greatest Teammate Award. Chef Sanji, brother, congratulations sa championship. Kamusta naman ang pakiramdam at naiuwi nyo yung kampyonato at nag-finals MVP ka pa?
Sobrang saya sa pakiramdam kasi di ko rin expected na magka-finals MVP ako. And yun, sobrang sarap lang talaga sa pakiramdam kasi parang same feeling lang siya ng mga last season na nag-champion kami.
Ngayon, grabe yung naging bakbakan. It went the full distance. 7 games. Game number 1. You set the tone. Nag-MVP si JP. At that point, kumpiyansa ka ba na magtutuloy-tuloy yung panalo nyo?
Kumpiyansa po. Lalo na nung pagkatapos ng Game 3. Ay, tama. Pagkatapos po ng Game 3, we're down 1-2.
Yeah.
And sabi ko po sa mga kampi ko, kaya po namin tadiretsohin na 3 panalo.
Okay. Sinabi mo nga, down kayo 1-2. And then game number 4. Kasi yung game 1 and 2 and 3, halos 20 minutes yung mga laban eh. Pero game number 4, tinapos nyo agad. 14 minutes nakuha niyo yung panalo. And then game number 5, I think ito yung pinag-uusapan ng marami, yung diversion play. How confident are you na yung sinugal nyo na yon, maaagaw niyo yung panalo sa game number 5 at makuha yung kalamangan na 3-2?
50% confident ko lang po talaga. 50-50 po talaga yun eh. Kasi di po talaga namin alam na matatapos. Kasi kita rin po namin yung magkakaroon po sila ng minion waves. So, sinugal lang po talaga namin kasi di po namin itry.
Team Liquid also took home the newly launched MPL Immortal Cup, over 8.7 million pesos, and the exclusive Infinix GT Champion set, including the sickest tech like the GT AI Ring and GT Champion Jacket. Now here's where it gets even spicier. The road to Riyadh is set. Team Liquid Philippines and Onyx Philippines will fly the Philippine flag at the MLBB Mid-Season Cup at the Esports World Cup 2025, going head-to-head with the top 16 global teams for a massive $3 million prize pool. And in the women's division, Navi Philippines and the Team Liquid Philippines women's team are ready to defend their crown at the MLBB Women's Invitational. The Queens are back to rule, the Cavalry is marching global, and Onyx, they're still hungry.
In a matchup that was dubbed as the Golden Rivalry, it was Team Liquid Philippines that emerged victoriously, transforming themselves from legends to immortals, and they cement themselves as champions of MPL Season 15. For the scorecard on the Bilyonaryo News Channel, this is Anton Roxas signing off.
So whether you're a player, a fan, or just someone who breathes MLBB like oxygen, MPL Philippines is more than a game. It's a movement. It's a culture. It's a celebration. And Season 15, it didn't just break records, it broke limits.
Up next, fire meets ice. The Dodgers have been scorching hot, but the Mets' arms have been cooling bats all season long. Two styles, one showdown, and a whole lot on the line. Who's about to break through? Stick around so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Welcome back to the scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. Okay, under the lights of Dodger Stadium, we've got a heavyweight showdown between two franchises with October ambitions and June urgency. Baseball ang usapan natin ngayon. It's the Dodgers and Mets. One's a powerhouse built on power. The other, a pitching laboratory with a bullpen era that feels like it belongs in the 1980s. Let's start with LA. The Dodgers lead MLB in scoring, batting average, and home runs. You read that right. Shohei Ohtani has 22 long balls. Woo! Freddie Freeman is hitting 365. That's not a typo. And even with a third of their pitching staff on the IL, including Blake Snell, Roki Sasaki, and Glasnow, they're still winning 63% of the time as favorites. Now, Ohtani, still making history. Freeman, the metronome in this murderer's row. And Max Muncy, he's homered in back-to-back games. When the Dodgers click, it's loud. Now let's cross the country. The Mets, still sitting above 500, are still riding a pitching renaissance. Best era in the league, or ERA in the league, at 2.85. They don't strike out much. They walk plenty. And they slug enough to make you nervous. Pete Alonso's bat is hot. 46 RBIs already. Francisco Lindor's got 13 bombs. And yes, Juan Soto has homered in 2 straights. But this time around, it's Paul Blackburn's turn. First start of the season, and it's against the league's top offense. Not exactly easing in. Now across the diamond, Dustin May gets the nod for the Dodgers. Earned run average at 4.20. That's decent stuff, but inconsistent. 58 strikeouts in 55 innings if he keeps the ball in the yard. Now LA breathes easy. If not, Soto and Alonso will make him pay. And here's the big picture. The Dodgers feast on under 500 teams, but New York isn't one of those. Still, the Mets are just 7-7 as underdogs this year. This is not a team that chases from behind often, or, well, the Mets haven't seen LA's power up close this year, and with half their bullpen on the injured list, including Drew Smith and Frankie Montas, depth might be the issue, not desire. So what do we have here? A team that smashes versus a team that suppresses. It's contact hitters versus contact pitchers. Fire versus friction. This isn't a postseason preview yet, but it might be a warning shot. So stay ahead of the game as the race to October intensifies. Tomorrow's matchup carries postseason implications. We've got the full breakdown. And that wraps up tonight's preview so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Before we go, think on this. From a 10-time World Series champion, 3-time American League MVP, and one of baseball's greatest catchers, Yogi Berra, once said, grabe, siya pala nagsabi nito, "It ain't over till it's over." Kala ko si Rocky Balboa Sylvester Stallone yung nagsabi nun, baseball player pala. Anyway, with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow on The Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport right here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This has been Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.